Okay, so you guys are in this cave chamber uh, filled with uh, spider webs and spider egg sacs. Y'all just killed two adult giant spiders and one. Um, you captured one of them, but Danny decided to grab a clutch of uh, spider eggs, and this caused the uh, Spider Queen to descend down from the ceiling of the cave and block the exit from this chamber. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the Spider Queen is looking at Danny. Um, what do you guys want to do?
Can I shoot it?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a volley.
While that's occurring, I'm going to be closing the distance.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm getting my fucking burning brain back.
Oh, from Folly?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
I don't
That's
need the reach
good.
anymore.
That's going to be a 7, and I did poison these arrows.
What did you
Last.
what did you poison them with?
It is. I don't know if the spiders are immune to their own venom. I know that some
Oh,
animals. I know some animals are, some animals aren't. But when we fought that first spider, I milked the venom and put it
yes.
on my
Okay.
arrows.
I don't know if spiders are immune to their own venom because I think
I'm
you.
pretty sure they are, given.
I mean, I don't know because I know that's not necessarily the case for like snakes.
Or
Or
scorpions. Because if it was, then they would have no way of fighting each other
yeah,
aside from just
I mean, yeah, but like for scorpions, they don't have the risk of the venom dropping into their mouth. Snakes, that's not quite true, so I don't really know how that works.
I'm gonna say no. They are not immune to their own venom. So you can add the poison. Um, the poison will be effective.
okay, groovy. Does that augment the damage in any way, or does it just submit? Does it just cause them to have reduced damage, similar
Uh,
to?
Similar to how it affects you guys. Um, yeah, I will do it. I will do that. It will deal less damage. Going forward.
That
Um,
honestly feels more beneficial.
yeah.
Okay,
And you said you rolled a 7 though overall for your volley.
yeah.
Okay.
So I got a 3 harm, and then I take some kind of. I have to move,
Yes.
uh, or I have to take minus damage, or I lose ammo.
You said you did 3 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And you, I think it makes sense if you had to either move. Yeah, I think you had to. I think you had to move, and I think um yeah, I think you had to move, and I think it kind of was of the same consequence that fall it happened to Folly earlier. Um, you kind of are stepping had to step on the webbing out of the path that Harvey had made for you guys, and so your movements are going to be restricted going forward until you can get back onto a not webbed section of this chamber.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was Betty. She fired an arrow into the spider. The spider queen is unhappy. I think it's going to, get in close and start to do uh, some attacks if you guys don't do something.
I mean, I'm closing the distance.
Perfect. the Spider Queen is meeting you, Harvey. The Spider Queen is now within, I think it's close distance for you.
All right,
What do you,
how big is this bitch?
she's big. She is uh she is at least Skyrim, big spider big,
Mhm.
if not bigger.
Okay, I want to approach her in a very like animalistically aggressive way. Holding eye contact, making myself big, etc.
Okay, she's bigger than you.
Oh no, you know what I mean though, right? Like
You're
like
you're
when they tell you if you face a bear, make yourself big.
okay.
Yeah. Um, just I'm doing everything possible with my body language to piss her off.
Okay. I mean, go ahead and roll.
Oh no, that wasn't quite the move.
Oh, okay.
The move is I want her to bite me.
Oh, okay. Excellent. You
I I
okay?
want to allow her to sink her teeth into my forearm.
Okay. I was gonna have you roll a defy danger. Um, but it
I have
sounds
a
like
follow up to this if you need to hear it.
but it sounds like you're inviting the danger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Please come, danger. I have zero intention of defying you.
Okay.
Could you not do a defy danger using Constitution?
Ooh.
Since he, by the definition it has here, trying to
Do
endure.
endure. That
Oh, that does seem like it would work. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Jacob. That sounds excellent. Yes, Zach, go ahead and roll Defy Danger using Constitution.
11.
Hot damn. Okay. Yeah.
I really wish I would get some fails. I want some XP.
Yeah, you guys are doing really good for the most part this session. Yeah, so I think the Spider Queen takes the bait and she chomps down onto your arm. I think you're still gonna take some damage.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, but I think you are free to do what you wanted to do by inviting that bite.
Um, yeah, so what I wanted to do was grab my burning brand by the ball,
Uh-huh.
and since she is occupied with her teeth sunk deep into my arm,
Uh-huh.
I want to shove it into her eyes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
If I can only achieve one eye, that's fine. I'm just gonna like shout out to Betty or Folly, like shoot out the other eye.
Yeah.
Basically, my goal here is to blind this bitch.
Cool. Okay. Go ahead and take 1d6 damage from
Wait,
letting.
that was her damage. I thought she was taking reduced damage.
Oh, that is her reduced damage, my dude.
What
Wait,
about the minus -4?
you had me, but you had me roll 1d6 last time.
Oh, that was for the adult spider.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely fucking right. Okay. I only took 1 point of damage.
Excellent.
Wait, doesn't she take minus -1d4?
I was just dropping her down a dice.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So,
just to make it easier.
But narratively, I probably shouldn't include the armor from my shield, correct?
I mean,
I'm
no,
I'm not gonna be upset if, like,
I
because
mean,
I feel like that works.
the way I don't know with the way the mechanics of the game work, the armor is kind of all lumped in to a single armor stat, so that's including your chainmail and your shield. So if you have your shield equipped, you get to include that in your armor. Um,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Um. Cool. Yeah. No. I always make sure to have it equipped.
yeah,
Like
and
that's why I take the effort of like passing off my burning brain to someone if I need to get my other flail.
yeah, and like again, these combats are like super abstract, right? So like what's happening within the fiction is could look a lot different than like just a single attack. It's like you like trading blows with this queen spider. You're going in trying to like wave her off and like trying to like show your arm, like trying to like show your weak point, and you're like kind of blocking like attacks that you don't necessarily want or like aren't like
Yeah.
the
Oh, okay, for
in the
sure. I
position you
got
want. Yeah,
you.
and so you finally got the position you wanted with the help of all your armor and whatnot, and you only took a little bit of damage.
Um. Okay. Yeah. And then my follow up to that is attempting to blind her.
Yes, go ahead and roll hack and slash for that.
Is that a hack and slash?
You're attacking. Yeah, you're engaging this creature in melee combat.
Cool. That's another fucking 11.
Hot damn! Go ahead and deal your damage.
That is a 5.
Okay, excellent. One, two, three. How does this look? I think what happens is, I think some spiders they have like different sized eyes, but I'm pretty sure all spiders have 8 eyes. That's like their thing. And you definitely hit one of the larger sized eyes, and it releases you, uh, and rears back in pain, and kind of skitters away to try and create some distance between you, who just caused it a lot of pain. Um, Folly, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? You just saw all this happen. What's going on with Folly?
Yeah, I think after Harvey takes his burning brand back from me, I want to take, spend that time that he's attacking to free myself from the cobwebs and pick up my bow.
Ooh, okay, cool. Go ahead. I think that sounds like a defy danger. Um,
Cool.
yeah, yeah, do defy danger. Go ahead. How are you trying to remove yourself or extricate yourself from the spider webs?
I think just kind of like trying to like rip myself out of them as fast as possible. I don't think I'm being super precise here.
Okay. Then yeah, that sounds like strength. Because you're trying to just
Okay.
power yourself out of these webs.
Well. Oh, okay. That is an 11.
Oh my god, that's excellent. Yep. You are able to, get yourself out of these sticky webs, and you're able to kind of maneuver yourself into an area that has, either no spider webs or significantly fewer spider webs, giving you full range of your movement.
Yeah. Can I try to help Betty free herself as well?
Yeah. How do you want to help Betty?
I think just similarly, I don't have any kind of like dagger or like knife-like weapon on me, so I think it's just similar, just kind of like gonna run over to her and just kind of try to like rip the spider web away from her legs.
Okay. I kind of want to do it with intelligence on this one because you're kind of like reacting quickly now that you're free. I know that's kind of weird, but if you want to like just go with strength again, you could definitely do that.
I mean, my intelligence is better, so I'll go with
Okay,
that.
yeah, I want to say intelligence because I think this is a cool move that you're doing.
Well, that's a 7.
Oh.
Okay, I mean,
Technically a success, but barely.
yeah, no, that's perfect. You helped Betty get out of the spider webs, so next time Betty needs to move or do anything, she won't be hampered by the spider webs. But I think what happens next is the the spider had skittered away, creating distance, and they are going to. How does this look? Yeah, I think they're going to like crawl up the wall in a way so that they can angle their abdomen, and they're going to shoot out some spider web, some spider silk from their spinneret, and it's going to coat Danni in some spider web. Yeah, I think that's just like what's going on while you are trying to help Betty. Yeah.
Is the spider web on me such that I cannot move like even a finger? Or is it just like I'm covered in this viscous substance?
You're more covered in a viscous substance that's making it difficult for you to, move and maneuver.
Okay.
Did you want to do anything else, Folly, before I move on to Danny?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay. Then we're gonna go over to Danny, who just got covered in a bunch of spider webs from the Spider Queen.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
As far as we can tell, the only exit is in the ceiling, the hole that the queen came in through.
The exit. Okay, so you guys entered in through, like an entryway on one side of this cave. The other exit is one that you guys can see that's on like just on the other end of the chamber. Yeah, and
What's behind
that
us and is forward?
is basically just forward. Yeah, the path that you can see is you have to progress forward. You guys could go backwards, but you guys know that there's really no exit out of this mountain. Um, so you're probably going to try and want to press forward to try and find an exit out of here.
Where's the queen in relation to the exit? Is she between us and the exit?
Right now, she is on the wall next to the exit.
Oh, okay.
She kind of like back. She kind of like backed up, and she's like half on the floor, half on the wall.
Okay. Can I like? I'm not like within distance to like attack her.
Not with melee, no.
Okay.
If you had something you could like shoot or throw at her, I would say that you could definitely do that, but not within melee range.
What if I throw my shillelagh like a javelin?
Does your shillelagh have the thrown tag?
No.
Then I would give you disadvantage. You could definitely do it, but it would be with disadvantage.
Okay. Instead of that, I'm going to like whisper to my eggs, "Don't watch this part," and then like carefully place them in my bag, and then just try to like run towards her and the exit simultaneously.
Oh, okay. Cool. Go ahead and roll. Your goal is to like try and like run past her, right? The Spider Queen and just like get to the exit.
Yeah, if possible.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. I think Defy Danger is going to be the best one for this one. Uh, Unfortunately, I'm going to give you disadvantage because you are, covered in sticky webbing.
Oh,
Um,
true.
so if you do Defy Danger plus your dexterity at disadvantage, I think.
Okay. Can I use an inspiration to counteract the disadvantage and just roll flat?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do that. 9.
Ooh, pretty solid. Okay. How do I want to do this? Sorry, I'm trying to think. There's like one.
It,
There's like two ways that I want to have this go down, and I'm trying to think
I'm
of.
gonna say just outside of character. If you decide that she runs after me because I stole her eggs, I already foresaw that and I won't hold it against you personally. Just hold it against you as a GM.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, you kind of called it though. Um, I think
Yeah.
you are able to slide past her, and you are able to get into like the tunnel that is presumably the exit out of this chamber. Um, but the Spider Queen is going to be on your tail as you run through and into this tunnel. However, her back is now turned towards the rest of your party. Um, so, Betty, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
I was gonna ask. So I'm still close to Folly. Um, Eliot, did you cast a spell before that was like you blessed your weapon, or was that like a summon holy weapon type spell?
The specific spell, I have magic weapon, which the weapon I hold while casting does plus 1d4 damage. So it's just, it doesn't have to be, it's not summoning a specific weapon. It's any weapon that I hold while casting this spell.
Okay, never mind. Because I was gonna ask if you could
Mhm.
bless my spear, but it has to.
No.
Eat.
Yes. That works. You would just have to pass off the weapon for a second.
Right.
No,
Also,
no, 'cause I want to throw the spear because I think
Mm.
I have a higher like ranged attack.
mhm.
No, but I'm pretty sure like you can pass it off, they cast it, pass it back to you, then you make the attack, and that would work.
Yeah. I will say mechanically, a magic weapon only does an additional 1d4 damage. I also have Bless, which is a separate spell, which gives +1 to a combatant of my choice during combat.
Oh.
That doesn't affect damage, just +1 to attacks
yeah,
or
to
to any roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like look to you, and I'm gonna be like, can you, Folly, can you do that thing there where you make the weapon glow and do the extra damage there?
Just to be clear, out of character, ask me to cast magic weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the glowing has basically nothing to do with it, but yeah, sure. And I think I assume you're holding your spear. I'm just gonna kind of put one of my hands on it, so it's kind of like, like our hands like stacked on top of each other, and I'm gonna cast that. I rolled a nat 12.
Woo.
Holy moly!
Let's go.
Incredible.
Wow. None of us are getting failure XP today.
Yeah, geez, you guys are doing great. Holy crap!
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? I think for flavor it does start glowing a tiny bit.
Yeah.
It's not the point of the spell, but it does it anyway.
I'm gonna take this righteous spear. I'm gonna hold it, and I'm gonna burn my last inspiration so I can get advantage. That's gonna be dirty 12.
My God, you guys are
With the extra 1d4.
yeah for damage.
Okay. Damn, that doesn't do too much. I don't do too much damage. I got a 4 damage. So as this thing is following Danni, I'm gonna be like, close my eyes. To whatever weird, spooky gods and such that Folly worships there. I just really hope that you got my spear today. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You got it. All right. Way to go. And then I'm gonna throw the spear, like just blind, just chuck it with like I'm letting Jesus take the wheel, essentially. Except it's a god of death.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, I mean the spear flies true. Just maybe with not as much force as you were hoping, and it pierces into the spider as it enters into the tunnel, chasing after Danni. You hear it kind of screech a little bit in pain, but it does not turn around to face you and is still going after Danni. I think I'm gonna floop back over to Harvey. You just saw Betty throw a spear at the Spider Queen.
Yeah.
And the Spider Queen, though, is chasing Danni as they run through the exit tunnel. What do you do?
Can I see the spear sticking out?
Yes.
Okay, since you didn't establish this, can we say that like it hit somewhere that like might have been vital, but it just didn't go deep enough?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to hit the spear. So basically, I want to use my reach flail to try to reach up to the spear and just hammer it in further.
Yep. Okay. That's very cool. Yep. Go ahead and roll hack and slash. Just go for it. That
Not
sounds.
defy danger?
No, I think it's a hack and slash.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, 10.
cool.
If he's technically using the blessed spear to do the damage,
Oh, does he get a plus D4 on the damage?
That's a
Oh,
great question. I
that
hadn't
is a
even
great
thought of.
question. I mean, I think that's way cool, and I don't want to argue against that. Yes. So yes, you do get to deal an extra D4 damage, and you said you rolled a 10 on your hack and slash.
I did.
That that's so cool. Yes, go ahead and roll your damage, and then
Okay.
add a D4 damage to that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I like toss my burning brand to the side for like a second. And I like reach around the back and pull out my normal one, slam it on the ground a few times as the chain uncoils. Just and I deal 9 damage.
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Um. Oh, geez, that's so cool. Okay. Um. The spider queen screeches in pain. Uh. Pure agony. Um. But she is still going. She is dripping blood. She is not looking great, but she is still going. Uh. And uh. That's such a cool move. So the spear completely is plunged into her abdomen. Um. But she's still going after Danni. So I'm gonna actually go back over to Danni. Because I think what's gonna happen is they're going to disappear from your sight as they travel in through down the tunnel. Uh, Danni, you have
Yes.
a clutch of spatter eggs, a glowing shillelagh, so you can see where you're going. Thank goodness. Um, and a giant spider queen, uh, chasing after you, behind you. Uh,
Yeah.
all that you can hear is the spider queen telling you to give her back her eggs. Give her back her babies.
Yeah. Okay. What if I just simply turn around and kind of attack her via my throwing knife?
Okay. Um, yes, that is definitely something you can do. Are you throwing the throwing knives, or are you stabbing at her with the throwing knives?
I am going to throw. I feel like the more distance I maintain between us, the better.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll a volley.
Is that plus dex?
That is, yes.
7.
Okay, that's a partial success.
No
Um,
XP yet.
no XP yet. Still successful. Go ahead and roll your damage while I think of what I want to have happen here. Well, I think I know.
Okay.
I think I know what I'm gonna have happen. How do you know how
Oh,
many throwing daggers you have?
I think I just have 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You spend both of them. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so you have no more throwing daggers.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, cross. I only do 2 damage.
okay. Uh, hmm. Okay. Well, unfortunately, she has some, natural armor going on, so you don't deal any more damage to her. But I do think it slows her down and it slows her approach, so she's not like on top of you. Um, but she is still chasing after you. Danni is in the tunnel with the Spider Queen. The rest of the party, uh, sees Danni and the Spider Queen kind of disappear. into that tunnel, what do you want to do?
Follow.
Follow. Okay.
Same. I'm
Um,
gonna follow Chase.
okay. I'm gonna say that Harvey is leading the charge since I think he was kind of the closest one compared to Folly and Betty. Um, so you guys kind of follow behind, and you're able to kind of keep pace with it, and you kind of get back within range. Harvey, you see the spider in front of you. What do you do?
All right, I got one more use of my burning brand, so I would like to whack it, please.
Excellent. Please roll a hack and slash.
Oh, thank God! I got a 5.
There we go. There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay. Um,
Everyone's so happy to fail a fucking roll.
so definitely take experience.
Yep, already done.
Perfect. And I think what happens is, oh, what happens? I think you go in to attack, and I think um, this is like the moment that um, Danni throws their knives at the
Yeah.
Spider Queen, and the Spider Queen kind of backs up a little bit. And when she backs up, she kicks you as you're about to
Oof.
attack. And go ahead and take, yeah, just take another d6 damage. She's pretty big and beefy.
Oh, I took -1 damage.
Oh, there you go. All right, cool. So, just get knocked back a little bit, but you don't take any actual harm. Um, Folly and Betty, you kind of catch up to everyone else. You guys, Danny's at one end. You guys are on the other, and sandwiched between the party is the Spider Queen. What do you want to do?
I want to run. Where is the spider? Is the spider on the floor or on the walls?
The spider's on the floor at this point.
Where did the spear go in?
Into its abdomen. I don't know. Again, spider anatomy, but it's like in the back section of the spider. It did
But is it angled out towards the side or towards the face, or is it like
well,
sticking straight up in its back?
right. Well, it's not sticking out anymore because Harvey smashed it into its abdomen.
Oh, it's big enough that that the like 6 foot spear it has like a 6 foot wide
Uh,
abdomen.
yep. Give me 1 second to think about a 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. Well, I'm not 6 foot, but I'm close enough to it. Um,
Probably not.
no, you're right. It's probably sticking out, but not by much. Maybe by like it's still it's a big spider. It's sticking out by maybe a foot or two.
You could also have it sticking out the other end.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It could totally be entirely, impaled and all the way through.
Um,
But
okay.
what did you want to do? Because we can obviously that hasn't been established by the fiction yet. So
Well, what I wanted to do was make a finesse hack and slash using my dagger as I run in to try to so that hand is just gonna be like going wild on these things like face, and then with the other hand, I'm gonna try to grab whatever part of the spear is like sticking out and just like wrench it as hard as possible while I pull it out to try to do like as much internal damage as possible.
okay, then I'm gonna give you a two-part roll.
Okay.
The first one will be a hack and slash, and the second one will be a defy danger. Oh,
Okay.
and folly.
Can I cast bless on Betty real quick before she does this?
Absolutely.
Just gives her a +1 ongoing to any
to
roll. Basically.
whatever Betty does. Yes. So before you roll anything, Betty, Folly is gonna cast bless.
Okay, that's a dirty 10, even with the -1.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cool. So you get a +1 to any roll you make.
Okay. I want to say like when you cast bless, because you kind of worship like these like deities of death. I think the hag mother teeth, or not the hag mother, the ghoul mother teeth that I have just sort of like on a loose string around my neck for like later. I feel like they maybe start like glowing a little bit, and then or not glowing, but like humming,
Like vibrating slightly, or
yeah,
Oh.
like because the ghouls are like these creatures of death.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
That's gonna be dirty 10.
Ooh, solid. Yeah, you're able to get up on that spider, start hacking away with your dagger into its abdomen while you grab on to the spear. Go ahead and roll some damage.
So I
Oh,
have a question.
because you were trying to do two things, right? You're gonna go in with your dagger while also dealing damage with the spear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your damage plus the D4 from the blessed weapon or from the magic weapon.
Well, the other thing I was going to ask is, so I have an ability that says whenever I make an attack with two weapons, I get to add a D4 of damage.
Oh shit.
So am I making the attack? Am I making the attack with two weapons yet, or like? Because if I need to do the other thing to try to pull the spear out and then roll damage, I would rather like resolve that so I could try to get the extra D4.
No, I'm gonna be. I think that's really cool, and I think again, this combat's very abstract, right? So, I think that you doing all of this, trying to do it all at one time. I think you can. I think you're. I'm gonna allow you to take the extra D4 for um using two weapons at one time. So
Okay.
you can roll your damage plus the D4 from the magic weapon plus the D4 from your skill.
That is gonna be a 13.
Holy shit! You serious?
That's 2 4s and a 5.
Oh fuck. Okay. Then okay. Go ahead and roll a defy danger real quick before I tell you what happens.
Um,
No. Okay.
what am
What
I
happened?
adding?
What happens is you kill the spider.
Okay.
But because you were kind of in a weird position, right? You were very close to it, and so it's gonna kind of collapse. And if you don't do something, it's going to collapse on top of you and do some sort of harm to you.
Okay. So that sounds like dexterity.
Yeah, it depends on how you're getting out of the way, though. Like if you wanted to, you could like
Question.
try and stand there and hold it up while you get out of the
Can
way,
I
or
attempt to aid?
I
I do have an idea narratively how I could. Um,
what were we gonna say, Betty?
Yeah, then
let's,
an 8 wouldn't make it the full success.
Okay, yeah.
And I was using dexterity.
And you were using dexterity. Okay, great. So I think what happens is, dang, you get out of the way. You get out of the way, without incurring, uh, without being trapped beneath this gargantuan spider. Um, but I think you just lose your dagger. I think um, the way that the spider falls and kind of like curls up, your dagger is lost beneath its body, and you would have to work to go get it afterwards.
Yeah. What if like so I'm like stabbing it in the face and I'm like wrenching the spear and I wrench the spear out and as I'm pulling it away it like backs up and like maybe it like hits the wall and like some rocks like some stalactites like land on it and then the dagger is just like buried.
That's way cool. Yes, I love that. Dang. Yeah, that was a crazy damage roll that you got. But yeah, the spider is downed. Um, you guys are now in a tunnel with a very large dead spider. Um,
Oh, I'm gonna turn to Betty. Betty, can you take that bitch's fangs for me?
I knew it. I knew you were gonna start carving up
One
this
track.
animal for parts.
One track mind.
I want to, but I did just establish that some rocks fell on it. So how much of this spider is available and not completely like crushed?
okay, how about this? You guys are in pursuit of someone. And so if you want to spend the time to
Oh, that's a good point.
carve up
Yeah.
the spider, you can do that, and but it's going to take some time, and it will be harder for you.
Oh, actually, can I use my ability?
Which one?
Bend bars, lift gates.
Yep, yep, yep. I think that's totally applicable in this situation.
10? Yeah, I got a 10.
Yeah.
I thought that
So I think my approach to it is just ripping them out.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, yes. I think it's like a little bit of like, the spider was squished by all this rock, but maybe like the fangs were still visible, and you were able to like, you know, lift a boulder out of the shift a boulder out of the way enough for you to like reach in and rip out
Mhm.
some spider fangs.
It's like a stalactite like crushed its head, and like the whole head is caved in, but it just made the fangs like
Go
stick out
blip.
like it was a big goofy idiot.
Yes.
And then you just
Rip them out.
Yeah, I just tear them full out of the mouth.
Lovely,
They pop like they were designed for it.
lovely, 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 lovely.
And since I used that, I used the one that, or the only tag that matters is that it doesn't take a long time.
Perfect. That fits perfectly. Um, so you were able to get the fangs in a very quick manner, um, and you guys are still in this tunnel. Um, is there anything else that you want to do before moving on?
I feel like we should probably get going, right?
yeah, let's skedaddle. That's out of character. Danny would never say skedaddle.
Perfect. Oops. Okay. So you guys move forward through these tunnels. The exit to these chambers leads to a section of the ruins that was like inaccessible from the area of the ruins that you initially entered. So it's like these ruins you haven't been able to like map out, but like this area of the ruins was like there was no way to get to them from where you initially entered. Um, and the way that like the the mountain has formed over this time, it's more like a tunnel that you guys are traveling through as you guys weave between sections that were definitely uh, they were ruins of some rooms, and then it's just tunnels of rock and just straight up mountain. Um, but after following uh, this tunnel for a bit, you exit the cave uh, on a different side of the mountain than you entered. So you guys are now outside. Still, like it's part of the same cave network that made up this mountain, but you're just exiting on a different like side of the mountain. Not necessarily like the complete opposite. It's just a different side. Um,
Okay, well, first things first, we need to find Blue.
I'm gonna whistle.
you're gonna whistle.
Yeah, like as possible.
I don't know about whistling, but Blue always likes it when you sing.
Oh, this is true. Blue comes running every time
His
a
cannon.
melody exits your mouth. Is it because it hurts his ears?
Yeah, he wants it to stop as soon as possible.
He just comes to politely request that you stop.
Like the dogs will howl at like harmonica noises or something, or
Yes, exactly. They're like, I don't.
and
Do they like it or do they not like it? Who knows? Um, Nothing happens. You wait for a moment, but you don't hear anything. And
Can I just say that if you kill this dog, Devon,
I,
do you understand?
Like out of character, I'm gonna be mad at you.
oh yeah, no, for sure.
I
I
don't even think you can. Blue does not have hit points. He is like a hit point free creature, which means that he cannot drop to 0 hit points.
Or
Wow.
it means that he can instantly drop to 0 hit points.
thank you, Zach. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
uh,
gonna turn to Danny and say, Danny, I gotta ask you a question there. I know that in the past I have maybe assumed, and I know you get mad about that. So, would it be possibly all right, maybe there, if you were to turn into a crow? You could fly up there if you wanted to. If you could try to find Molly, because if she did anything to my dog, first of all, I'll be shocked because Blue would honestly destroy her in any fight.
This is
And
true.
secondly, I will need to seek my vengeance as quickly as possible there.
And Betty, I want you. I just want this to be clear. Without pay, I would help you.
That's a bold statement of friendship there, Harvey.
I want Molly alive there so that we can get the pay. We could drag her into town. We got the mushrooms. We could force her to pay. We get her into town. But if she did anything to my dog Blue there,
Fuck the money. Fuck the money.
fuck the
Who
money.
gives a shit about the money? We'll burn this whole organization down.
Okay, well,
Do
hold
not
on.
stand
Yeah,
for animal abuse.
Folly's like, I don't know.
Oh damn! No, a few bad apples doesn't mean the whole system's bad. Jeez.
I'm gonna turn into a crow before this escalates to just burning the organization down for fun. You know?
Love it. Perfect. Good.
I'll be right back.
That's a 10.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Yeah, I mean, you turn into a crow, I believe, and you get 3 hold. What do you want to do now that you're a crow?
I'm gonna fly up and then fly in the direction that we knew Molly was going We didn't know which direction she was going, did we?
No, probably not.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna fly up and then just do gradually widening circles
Okay,
of the surroundings and try to spot them.
okay, excellent. It sounds like you're trying to kind of like get your bearings, see where you are in relation to like where you entered into the cave, and then also at the same time see if you can't spot Molly and Blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I had to phrase it in kind of a succinct phrase, I would say I'm trying to like discern the reality.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if you know this, but Dungeon World has a move, very very similar to what you just said. So why don't you why don't you go ahead and roll a discern realities? And I think that's with wisdom.
Oh gosh, I hope so.
Yes, it's with wisdom.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's my best feature.
Oh, excellent. That's very good for this type of situation.
8.
Okay, cool. So that's a partial success. So that means you get to ask one of the questions from the move list, and you get to take a +1 forward when acting on those answers. Do you want me to drop the questions into chat?
It's okay. I got it in front of me. I think I'm in between what happened here recently, like about the explosions, because that might tell us where they were, or what here is useful or valuable to me.
I think that might be better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going with the second one.
Okay. I think you are able to see where you are and then figure out, are you able to see where you guys entered the cave initially? There's some like smoke, rising from a certain section, and you're kind of able to like swoop over and see where you guys entered into the cave, and entered into the ruins. Um, and so you know that you're not that far away from where you guys initially entered. Um, and I think you're also able to see kind of like a path leading back towards that entrance. It's kind of like a game trail essentially, so that it's like an easy path that will take you right back to where you guys were, and you're able to see some tracks. You're able to see some paw prints that are kind of leading back the way that you guys came initially, away from the mountain.
Okay. Heck yeah. Okay, so yeah, we talked about this. I don't think I can talk people language, so I'm just gonna like kind of swoop back down to the group and make like frantic flapping gestures and then start flying in one direction. You know how like in every movie where there's a
Yeah.
friendly bird?
They hop on the ground a little bit, right, and then yeah.
Wait, are you a crow or a raven?
I am a raven because I know
ravens,
more about them.
ravens can say a couple words. So
So can crows.
I mean, they have to be like trained.
Yeah, I feel like they're just mimicking sounds too. They're not really saying words.
And
But
wouldn't
you
you
have
be
a-
fantastic?
But you do have a sentient brain.
That's true. So I could like use their vocal cords in a way not usually used. Okay, I have like a croaky voice, and it's just like in the sound of cause, but I say follow.
Perfect.
I
Oh.
feel like we all listen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, it sounds like Danny is going to lead you all, at least back to where you guys initially entered the cave, and or entered the mountain, and um, I assume you're also going to show them the tracks that you saw when you were, surveying the land, right? Um,
hmm
so when you guys get there, you see that there are some paw prints. I am going to say that Betty is able to identify them pretty quickly as Blues, um, and they are leading away from the mountain, back down the path that you all took
Guys,
when originally climbing the mountain.
if these paw prints are leading us to Molly, doesn't that kind of make them Blue's Clues?
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
You're absolutely right.
I'm ending the stream now. We're done. Sorry.
You know, I made a pun this morning,
God damn it.
and Alyssa refused to talk to me for several minutes. because of a pun I made.
I think I'm gonna refuse to talk to everyone because of that.
Puns are meant to induce rage.
God
It's their higher purpose.
damn it, that was good. I hate everything.
Devon,
Yes.
I do have a ranger ability specifically related to tracking. Do you need me to roll it, or can we follow these without a roll?
I'm gonna make you roll for it. Just because of stuff that has happened off screen.
Okay, so I'm rolling hunt and track. That is +1. That's a dirty 10. So I follow the creature, Bleu's, trail until there is a significant change in its direction or mode of travel. And on a 10 plus, I can also choose one. So the second question, I guess, would kind of depends on your answer. But one of the questions I can ask is determine what causes the trail to end. So I'm going to follow the trail till it ends and then ask you what causes the trail to end.
Oh, okay. Cool. Let's see. Let's see. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, yep. Okay, so this is what happens. You guys follow the trail down the mountain. And then as you continue to follow the trail, at a certain point, you're able to see Blue's body lying on the floor in the distance. As as you approach the body, I'm gonna say Betty is the one who's like sprinting forward first, right? Yeah. You get there, you drop to your knees, you skid to a halt, and it turns out Blue is just asleep. Entirely
Oh my god.
entirely passed. Just just passed out. He's totally asleep.
You cold-hearted motherfucker.
But
I had some really good animate dead spells I was planning on busting out. Next to my command, I was going to bring this dog back to life.
But
big anime tears.
Yeah. Betty, I think Betty is too distraught to notice this. But I think Folly, you are able to kind of notice that it's like a weird place for Blue to have fallen asleep. And I think as you get closer, you realize that Blue didn't just choose to take a nap right here in the middle of this road or dirt, There was something magical. You can kind of feel a little bit of magic kind of crackling around Blue's body. But also Betty, Blue kind of awakens in your arms and is happily licking your face.
Oh my
god. But yeah,
I was genuinely like my heart was pounding. That was so cold.
I'm sorry, you guys. I couldn't help it. But yeah. So you found Blue. She is otherwise in good health. So now that you guys have been reunited with Blue,
Reunited and it feels so good.
It is approaching nighttime. And so if you guys did want to press forward,
yes,
it would be more difficult. Or you could, make camp and rest up and then try and pick up Bolly's trail tomorrow.
I would very, 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 very much like to press forward. Harvey feels I'm gonna put it like this. Y'all can make camp if you really want to. Harvey will be pressing forward.
Oh,
that's
okay.
like an ultimatum.
I'm not really. Like he's not saying like fuck you guys. It's just like I'm not stopping.
I
I'm
mean,
catching this bitch.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah.
I ain't stopping here.
I ain't stopping here. What?
Betty
Oh,
not stopping.
Betty's not. Oh, Betty's not stopping.
Is that what you were saying, or were you just like?
Betty's not stopping either.
All right, Betty.
Danny
Before
and Folly. Oh, Folly.
before we move on, I do want to do a discern realities check. I don't like the weird magic residue this place has.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and do a discern realities. You're kind of trying to figure out what's going on with Blue.
And that's 7.
Perfect. Go ahead and ask one of the questions from the list.
Oh, geez. What happened here recently?
Excellent question. So, you're kind of inspecting Blue a little bit, and you can tell that something arcane happened. But since you yourself are not necessarily like, you're not a wizard, right? So your arcane knowledge isn't necessarily the best, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have no knowledge of the subject. And so I think you are able to determine that a spell was cast upon Blue, which put them to sleep. And that was the reason why Blue was passed out in the middle of the road. So you can tell that a person cast a spell upon Blue to put them to sleep.
Okay, so either Molly can use magic or she's working with someone else.
Yeah.
Danny,
Yes.
you can understand it. Animals there or only spiders?
Animals native to my land.
Any dogs on the battlefield?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but they're like, I don't know if they're really dogs or more like jackals, like the kinds of dogs that like scavenge battlefields. I don't know, you guys. I don't know.
That could be wild dogs.
Wild dogs? Okay. I was
Either
like,
way-
I was just picturing like a real mangy mutt type of dog that just like eats dead people.
I'm just gonna look at Danny and then look at Blue and then look at Danny and then look at Blue, and I'll be like, Blue, what happened? What?
I think Blue is going to like scrunch their nose and like shake their head and kind of give like a snarl, and I think Danny will be able to understand a little bit, and the gist of what Blue is trying to communicate was it was that nasty woman.
Ooh.
It was Molly.
And I think Blue kind of gives like a bark in affirmation.
That bark was just an affirmative bark.
Thank you, Danny.
But I think we're gonna end that here. I think that
Nasty woman.
the nasty woman. I think this is a good spot to end. And you guys are not taking camp, right? Are not breaking for
No.
camp? Okay.
We're
Sounds like
bent
we're
on
pressing on,
revenge.
yeah.
Then unfortunately, Folly, you will not be able to, level up.
Oh,
And
guys, maybe we should just make a little camp.
I don't think my level up is going to be that useful. It's not useful enough for it to be worth.
And I think it might be better to keep us all on more or less the same level.
For sure, yeah. I am. Hmm. I am probably going to try and commune at some point during our walk, just because this is for next time. But this is I don't think I explicitly said I communed last time we took a long rest.
Oh, right. Okay,
Mhm.
for sure. That should not. That's
What
not
does
a problem.
that do?
I mean, one of my moves that I took when I leveled up to 3rd level was a move that I only get after I commune. So I didn't really use it at all because I was like, oh, I didn't really explicitly say, and I can also take some new spells.
Oh, okay.
But I'll figure that out between now and next session.
If you're communing, does that mean you have to talk to your god again?
I think the text of the spell is quiet contemplation with your deity, so who knows what that looks like? You know, maybe it's more like prayer, maybe it's a little more personal.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Okay, excellent. Let's go through end of session stuff. So we'll go through. Let's do the general stuff first, and then we'll go through character specific stuff. Yeah. So, did you all learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, we learned Molly's a cold bitch.
Yeah.
I guess we knew that already, actually.
Yeah.
Also,
We learned
covered,
about spiders and their lack of necks. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say we uncovered part of the tunnel system that it looks like nobody'd been to before.
Oh yeah, we discovered a new pathway towards a permanent reserve of these mushrooms.
Perfect. Excellent. Yep, I'll take 1 XP for that. Did you guys overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
I would say
Spider
so.
Queen.
Yeah, I might say so as well. And then did you loot a memorable treasure?
Yes.
Yes.
Those mushrooms are very memorable to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you all did. Those mushrooms, were on the list. They're also very, abnormal. They're hidden in the spider caves. I think that qualifies as memorable.
Plus, I got some spider eggs to go.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Do you have those spider eggs?
Oh man, how the fuck is that gonna turn out? We'll see, won't we? Yeah, I feel like in 10 session, you guys are all gonna be riding some giant spiders as your mounts.
I hope so.
Oh, I want to ride. I don't know, not a giant spider. Something else.
It's okay. I'm sure
I don't know what their lifespan is.
giant spiders.
Yeah.
They're definitely a very real animal in our very real world. So
Absolutely.
Only a real
Go to
fact
Australia.
I just assume we're going off the 5e rules, but I feel like you should do some reading about giant spiders because I'm gonna have a lot of questions.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely read up on giant spider anatomy and lifespan and their habitat and their prey and their social
and how they
behavior.
organize their society because I have several of them, so like that's gonna come into
So
play.
that's gonna come into play, obviously. Excellent. Let's go into character specific stuff. Betty, did you? Well, I guess we can ask this of everyone first before we go into character specific stuff. Did anyone resolve any bonds?
Yes.
Betty, what was the bond that you resolved?
You did?
I had a bond with Folly, which was basically Folly does not understand life in the wild, so I will teach them. But after fighting with them for a while, I think that their understanding of the world is not wrong, it's just different from mine. And so I changed the bond to Folly's god spoke to me. I will learn from them about their god.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Very cool. So to mark an XP for that. Harvey, you said,
I think I also, yes, I had a bond with Betty.
oh,
I
yes.
I need to learn to effectively support Betty in combat. And I think that Harvey has started to get a grip on that.
Harvey has what?
I think that Harvey has started to get a grip on that.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I feel like you guys have been working better together, and you guys have
I
worked
don't
on it.
know what my new one is going to be. Betty, if you have any ideas, I'm open. But I do honestly feel like that one is resolved.
Yeah, if you think that one is resolved, I think a new one should then be replaced, but you should mark an XP.
Mm-hmm.
If you're resolving that one, then I'm going to resolve Harvey and I need to learn to fight together effectively.
Oh,
And
yeah. No, I felt like we were very effective in this session specifically. Like
Yeah,
I was trying to feed off you and open opportunities for you as much as I could.
Same.
I felt like everyone's teamwork was really good this session, so I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's one I've been focusing on because unfortunately, my bond with Danny I don't think will ever be resolved.
It
Nor will mine with you.
if you guys
What's
want to,
yours with me?
oh yeah,
All my bonds are really intense, but mine with you is the spirit spoke to me of a great danger that follows Harvey. So until I find out like what personal danger haunts you.
That sounds like a really fun side quest.
that does sound like a fun
Yeah.
side quest, and I'm gonna have to take that into consideration. Let's go through everyone's alignment. Uh, I'll
Mhm.
I'll go through everyone on my screen. Oh, did you want to say anything, Betty?
I changed my bond with Harvey from we need to learn to fight together effectively to Harvey and I need to learn to think together as well as we fight together.
Oh, I have a question.
Oh, yes.
Can I have a bond that I need to kill Molly?
Haha. No, unfortunately not.
Okay. Okay. I
As
just, you know, that
It could be an alignment.
does that feel
Okay.
like a fair question?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a fair question. Um,
Okay.
but
Good.
I think the answer is no.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Although Betty, or not Betty, Molly's bond would be to kill all of you. So, um, you know,
Oh.
Damn.
If she can do it, why can't I?
well, she doesn't have it. That's what I'm saying.
Ah,
Yeah.
can I have a bond relating to Molly?
No, I'm pretty sure bonds unfortunately only relate to PCs.
Ah, okay. That was confusing for me at first because it did kind of seem like it could be towards NPCs.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Molly's kind of like a GM uh, PC, but also not. Um, but in any case, let's go through alignment. Betty, what is your alignment?
Lawful. I stuck to or enforced a contract. Not
Uh,
this session. I think next session it's going to come up because I am definitely going to try to keep Molly alive just so that we can force her to pay us. And I think it's going to cause issues.
oh, that may cause issues.
Oh,
But
I mean, with
for
that logic, I won't fight you.
for this session though, you did collect the mushrooms. That's part of the contract.
Yeah, that was part of the. That was okay. Well, then yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I did take them specifically so that if we took her to court, she couldn't be like, "Judges, please note that they did not collect the mushrooms and therefore they did not help me on my task."
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna give you a point because I think that you did stick to the contract.
Okay.
Danny, what is your alignment?
It's chaotic, and the rule is that I convince somebody to defy social norms. And so I think that's a not this time.
Yeah, I mean, you did a pretty good job stealing those spider eggs, but I don't think you convinced anyone else to do anything, you know,
Yeah, I
chaotic.
just got to get everybody else to do it too.
Yeah. Harvey, what is your alignment?
Defeat a worthy opponent. And given that we got the XP
Take another one. That's excellent.
and I leveled up.
Oh, there it is. Excellent. So next time we take some downtime, you will also get to level up. Folly, what is your alignment?
Yeah, I rewrote this since last time, but lawful, cling to the League's code of conduct and ethics, even when impractical.
Ooh,
Oh.
interesting. Okay, do you think you hit that this session?
I don't 100% know. I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like that wasn't necessarily an issue this session,
Mhm.
but kind of
Yeah, I don't know
also.
about.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know about impractical, but like earlier, like going to free Betty immediately instead of attacking the spider myself, but that wasn't necessarily impractical because Betty is a better fighter than I am.
Oh, what are you gonna say, Jacob?
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like if you're only focusing on the even if it's not practical part, then it's kind of hard. But if your main thing is like I stick to the code no matter what, and you feel like you stuck to the code, then I don't know if it needs to be like you like.
It doesn't
I mean,
necessarily need to be impractical for you to follow it, as long as you're following it.
I see. Yes.
I think we should not give it to you this session just because we're struggling to
Yeah.
find a reason to give it to you.
Mhm.
And it should like kind of be obvious if you deserve it or not.
Sure, yeah.
But great, that's an awesome alignment, and we'll keep that in mind during next session. Oh, especially next session. We'll see how that goes. Fuck. Um,
Yeah.
um, okay, and then let's do inspiration. Who was the workhorse this session?
Whoa.
I feel like that was definitely Folly.
Ooh,
I
I was gonna say
I was gonna
Danny
say
as
Danny.
well.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, turning into.
I just feel like we would have had a lot of trouble progressing if it was not for Folly.
Folly, yeah.
True.
We didn't need to fight those spiders. That was.
We did. We had to. Think about it. It was a very clever way of railroading us into that fight. No criticism whatsoever. Like that's how railroading should be done. But like nonetheless, we had to fight those fucking spiders.
It's fair. But yeah, I do think Danny did a lot in terms of like, getting us out of the room we were stuck in, finding Bleu.
Oh, this is true.
My vote's Danny.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are, if you want to vote.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Danny.
Okay. I think Danny, you should take inspiration for workhorse.
Thank you, everybody.
And then who do you guys think got the role player award?
I was leaning
Oh,
toward...
Betty.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Mine was Betty or Folly.
Yeah.
I think all those little bits about Blue.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. I will take it.
Cool. And then our last award is Fuck It, That Was Cool. My gut reaction is for Harvey.
Yeah.
Harvey fucking slammed in that spear with their flail.
Yeah.
That was badass as hell.
You get that tag team.
Yeah. Harvey also one-shotted a spider. Harvey,
Yeah, that's true.
Harvey was just like badass. Harvey was just badass this session, in my
Harvey was
opinion.
doing shrooms. Harvey was.
Oh, so good.
All right, I'll take it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. So I think that's gonna wrap up our session for tonight.